Art of Many podcast presented by myself, the one and only, the classic presenter. Coco Diva is live in the building.
Come on, Coco.
Also, we have the lovely Mami Maritza to my right.
Yes, my love, you already know what time it is.
And then we have the fabulous Glam Nads in the building.
That's what's up, you know, the vibes. Yes, we are here.
And our special guest for this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is the one and only Protocol Boss.
One.
Canada, Jamaica,
Yeah, man,
Toronto, baby.
Toronto, baby.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. You know what I mean?
Love it.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah,
happy
man.
you're here.
Yeah, man, for sure. Same here.
That's
How
what's
you
up. That's what's up.
How was your journey down here?
Flight was long. I traveled like 4 different countries to be here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went from Toronto to St. Martin to Tortola to St. Thomas, Thomas, but to Antigua to London, you know what I mean? But just the journey, you know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
you was touring?
Yeah, I always touring.
Lovely.
Yeah, I was touring.
So out of the countries that you had to go to get here, like what was your favourite experience?
Favorite experience is just to collect the money.
Which is right.
Wait, hold on a minute. Scenery, food, culture. Because I know so you're not just collecting money, you're also enjoying the environments that you're
I
in.
was just kidding, man.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I think Antigua is lovely.
Lovely.
Antigua is lovely. The beach, the food, the people, you know what I mean? But every country I always get a good reception, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, everywhere I go, I respect people respect me. So, yeah, man, big up every country, every city, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Well, when you mention them countries, then you got Britain, Great Britain. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit...
Yeah. London, I'm a place, man. London, I'm a
London
place.
is a rain cloud of
Yeah,
doom.
man, I've been here like 5 times for the year, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like most about London, England?
It's just the people, you know, the energy, the passion that the people of London, you know, have for the music over the years, you know what I mean? So London has always been supportive to dancehall and reggae music.
That's a fact.
And it's just only right for me to support London in everything they do, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So, Protocol, tell us a bit more about you.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself.
Before the music, before management, before all of that.
Tourings and all of that, doing that worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, I was just a youth that, you know, grew up in humble beginnings from a parish called St. Catherine in Jamaica.
Oh, yes, man. Big up.
You know, I mean, went to high school in Jamaica. Then I went overseas for college. After I got a degree in environmental science, then I became a police officer.
No lie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was just more to make mom and dad proud, you know what I mean? It was just, you know, as a youth, we identify from early that, you know, education is one of the way to eradicate poverty. And I had no choice than to break that generational curse. So, you know, did my thing, but music has always been a part of the thing, you know what I mean? But mom and dad wanted a different journey. So, you know what I mean? Okay, I gave mom and dad a little career part that they wanted, and then I diverted to the music full time.
How long was you a police officer for?
Like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And that experience, did you feel like you could, I mean, because obviously every country has its, I'd say the culture when it comes to how society takes and it respects or takes in the police. Did you ever feel conflict between who you was as a person compared to who you was when you put the uniform on?
No. Because as I said, I've always shown respect to people. And one of the things I've learned when I became a police is discretion. So I don't try to feel like, I know that people can make mistakes. And at the same time, I was a stern police officer, one who want to see people get better and do better. So I never just quit to just arrest somebody, for example. I want to know what's the problem. I was more about problem solving. How can I make the situation better? You know what I mean? So I didn't really have that problem, really.
So you must have had like a really good, you know, influence on your community then. Did you have like a lot of people that respected you even though you was in the uniform?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes, man. That's the reason why my name Protocol Boss, you know. I mean, not perfect, but we try to go by the books, you know, at all times, on the camera, off the camera, you know what I mean?
So how did the transition from being a police officer to being a producer, a manager, agency, how did that transition happen? Because that's quite a stretch.
Yeah.
From being a police officer to.
I mean, as I said, music was always a part of the journey. But you know, mom and dad wanted something different. So for me now, the transition, I just know I wanted more. You know what I mean? So that's the time I link up with Queen Africa. You know, we start to do some work, and then we just slowly transition on it, into the music. So it was a rough transition back to civilization, to civilian, to being a civilian. It was really rough. I had to go psychology and all these type of thing, you know what I mean? But I get back to the mental state of it, and then we start the music, and then, you know what I mean, the passion start to come back again and thing, you know, we start tour, and then we just make it a full-time job.
Love that.
You know what I mean?
Right. So I know a lot about you, so I'm gonna try to hold back on my questions. But one of my questions are, you've produced one of Silk Boss' biggest songs, Surgery.
Yeah.
Tell me the inspiration behind that, and how did you connect with Silk Boss on that?
How I connected with him was through my brother named Real Banks. You know, it was both me and him produced the song. So we made a connection, and then we right after him and his previous manager had a little falling out, then we decided that I was like to him, I need you to express yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever you're going through, I just need you to express yourself into the music, you know what I mean? Rather than going to the violent side of things. And when Real Bank created the beat and thing, get the beat, you know what I mean, they send it to him, and we're like, yo, just express yourself on the beat. And he did just that. He made that song in about 1 minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we recorded it, and it was just a hit song right there and then, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's dope. So the nightlife, obviously, because I feel like naturally, when it comes to artists, a lot of deals are kind of done at night. Like, you know, I hear a lot about deals being done in the strip club, or, you know, in clubs and whatever, private lounges and whatever. So when it comes to the nightlife and then getting down to the business, how do you find that balance when it comes to the artists and sometimes giving them guidance and, you know?
You know, I don't really have that problem. Like for me, I'm disciplined. Music is what I do. This is what feed my family. This is what helped me to take care of my friends. You know what I mean? My family, my community, and create, you know, a platform for future generations. So I take it very seriously. And it's the reason why, you know, I was early, I was punctual, and I was consistent in what I do. So with the nightlife, I try to make a balance in everything. So and every artist that I work with, I instill that into them, and they also instill that too, because I've worked with some disciplined artists that knows what they want. You know what I mean? And I've learned so much about discipline from Massacre. You know what I mean? He just stay focused all the time, discipline. You know what I mean? And consistent in what he do. So for me, I don't really have that problem, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's just business as usual all the time. If you see me out at night, it means that it's something that is contributing to the business. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't just go out and party because I want to go and party. Not like that, you know what I mean? I just don't think I'm at the stage as yet to just go and just party, you know what I mean? Something has to be coming out of it.
And you just mentioned about, you know, these artists having the drive and showing you that they want it as much as you do. Yeah. So just as a music manager, because that's something that I've always wanted to know, like as a music manager, what do you look for in an artist? What attracts you to an artist that you would like to work with?
Just the zeal. Just having the zeal for the music and knowing where they're coming from. Because if you don't know where you're coming from, it's just impossible to know where you want to go. You know what I mean? And as I said, you have a lot of people work hard for 1 week and expect a trophy. I like people consistent in what they're doing. So consistency is everything, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's not who's the most talented person, but who works
more views and all of them
who's more consistent, who's more focused, who work tirelessly, you know what I mean? So those are the things that I really look into. It's not only just talent. You You know what I mean? There's so many talented artists out there that, you know, it's been shadowed, but it's just because they don't really have that drive and that discipline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those are some of the characteristics that I really look forward into our talent, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So before you had like, obviously you've got like a roster of an amazing artists that you do manage. Before you've got into this stage, you know, talk us through a little bit with the lead up to it. Like, as far as, have you worked with artists before that you felt like, you know, you're talented, but you don't have the drive or you don't have the push? And then how did you find yourself being able to just cut them off, even if you felt like they were talented?
Because when you experience the world and see what the world has to offer and see what the music business can give you, then you know that you just don't have time to waste. So it doesn't matter how small or how big the artist is. If you're not disciplined, I just cut you off and to the next, you know what I mean? Because tomorrow is a new day, you know what I mean? So that's just what it is, just being straight up. I'm not
quite cutthroat. You have to be
cut through. I have to be straight up. You have to be to the point. You know what I mean? I don't think I can work with you because of these and these things, you know what I mean? So it's just like that, straight up.
But that's good, because you, at least you're still offering some sort of, you know, positive criticism, something that they can take away and, you know, work on.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And that's very commendable, because not a lot of people do that in this industry. There's a lot of yes man. You know what I mean?
Okay,
We kind of, and that's what brought me here. Because it never just started off like this. So I wanted to change the culture of people who just following back artists and just Ray and Tay, you know what I mean? No, I'm an asset to anybody I'm around. You know what I mean? So I don't like the idea of just being a yes man, of an entourage. I don't like even the word entourage. No, every single person around an artist is supposed to have a role.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And a positive one too, effective one, that is, you know what I mean? So those are the things that I try to implement in my artists. Like, every single person around should have a purpose.
That's
you know what I mean?
So yeah, to hear, man.
Yeah.
At least you're flying the flag for the artists, them, and pushing them in the right direction.
Yeah, man. That's the mission.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about like mental health, and kind of like when you mentioned about your transition into from being an officer into civilian lifestyle, and you mentioned a little bit about mental health. How do you keep the balance when it comes to your mental health in an industry that can literally just so toxic, suck people dry? They can take, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can put your all into something. And you know, myself, like being a presenter, I've interviewed so many artists, and for me, it's like you can see the ones, like when I interviewed Marissa, that have the push, and no matter what she's going through, the job has to get done. But some people, they get in it and it gets too much. So for yourself, I know, like, obviously you're coming from a different perspective, but from your angle, how do you maintain your own mental health with such a busy schedule?
First, it's just knowing what you want. And just knowing that my mom and dad is there depending on me at all times. So and I understand at the end of the day that the world depends on result. You know, people cares about results. So at the end of the day, I don't allow people to spoil my day. I don't allow them, you know, the job to consume me that much. I think the worst first. So at all times, you cannot disappoint me because I'm already thinking the worst. You know what I mean? And that is just a coping mechanism that I've instilled in myself, you know what I mean? Because humans will disappoint you. So I don't think that, okay, you're going to be good at all times. You know what I mean? So I think the worst first, and that kind of helped me to just know, say, okay, you know, if it's good, I'm surprised. If it's bad, okay, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that kind of it. I exercise too. You know, I play soccer. You know, football, if you guys call it. But I don't support Tottenham. I support Chelsea.
Are you Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, big
wrong team.
Big up my cousin over there, you know, Rasta ball. You know what I mean? Big up my cousin one time, Rasta ball.
So I got to interrupt that part because it's the wrong team. Yeah, it's the wrong team.
To be honest, Stylo would have been happy about that.
Big
up Rasta ball still, my cousin, you know what I mean? Love him like that, you know what I mean?
Oh, big up, man.
Yeah, man. So it's a joy. Yeah.
Some of the artists that you currently work with is Massacre, Just Moyan, Tina, Walking
Wood
Trophy,
celebrity. Yeah.
her, Mug Six, and Shane Skull, who I actually met in Jamaica. Go and watch the Reggae Songfest, Journey to Reggae Songfest over on YouTube, Carib Culture. I did interview Shane Skull, so that will be out. Yeah, but those are some of the artists that you manage. So consistency, you said, is one thing that you're drawn to, but what else apart from consistency that you can say, yeah, this is what I like about these particular artists, and this is why I'm working with them?
All right, so I work closely with Massacre. One thing I like about Massacre is that, first and foremost, me and Massacre is not friends. Me and Javon Ferran is friends. So with that said, we keep it business. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I like about him, I respect about him, is about business. He take his craft very seriously. You know, music is the only thing he does. And, you know, what time is it now? I can bet you any money right now that Javon Ferran is aka Massacre is actually either the studio recording or actually going over some finances for some shows that he has. That's all he does. So being around those type of people kind of show you that, listen, you know what I mean, you cannot drop the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just have to keep the level on that part. So that's why I respect Massacre like that, you know what I mean? So me and Massacre and a friend, we keep it like that. You know what I mean? Me and Javon Ferran, his friend.
Yeah,
so when it's time for that, you know, we kind of you know what I mean? So we kind of keep it like that, and it's very important. You get me? So
very inspiring words.
And you are the company you keep at the end of the day. Like I always say, like, it's important that even if it is friendship or business level, the people you do keep around you need to be able to inspire you for you to be the better version of yourself in whatever it is, whatever field you're in. Surround yourself by the type of people that you look at them and you think, oh, okay, yeah, I want to kind of reach that level, I want to surpass it, or whatever it is that they give you, but it's still like they give you that energy and the drive also by seeing them being passionate about what they do.
yeah.
And that's the thing, when people say, oh, they don't want to be used, or you're using me. In my head, I'm thinking, if you're not useful, I don't want you around me.
And that's Massacre, you know what I mean?
Used for something.
Yeah, man, and that's
It doesn't have to be malicious.
The next thing I respect about Massacre is that he never get complacent. He always treat the first like the last and the last like the first. So him always hungry for it, you know what I mean? Massacre tell himself every single day, and I'm not just speaking on behalf of him, I'm just saying, he tell himself every day that him not reach nowhere yet. He still have a lot to achieve, and that's what me really like.
Humility.
So people may think that, okay, he's running the place now, but him personally think that there's a lot more to be done, so much more to be done, in other words, you know what I mean? So those are the things I really love about him, you know what I mean, as an individual, kind of motivate me to just do more too, you know.
Okay, so like as a manager, when it comes, because like I feel like this past, you know, with social media, we're able to see a lot more transparency when it comes to the music industry and how artists are actually being treated, whether that's by the labels, whether that's the kind of contracts they get, things like that. With you having your artist's best interests at heart, business, how do you kind of protect them in that way? Because, you know, I think we're kind of realizing when it comes to being an artist, the money isn't necessarily in the sales of the record. It's more about, okay, perhaps touring or
The business
you know,
side of it,
getting sponsorships and other things like that. Like, how do you kind of sell that as a package for an artist?
First and foremost, the money is in the sale of the record. It's just whether or not the record is selling. You know what I mean? So that's first and foremost. So you always want to first gear the artist towards the music itself, you know what I mean, and what they want to achieve. So for me, I like to set out a vision board for my artists, you know what I mean? So with that, they don't just see a record deal and just say, okay, $200,000 deal right there and just jump for it. Right. You know what I mean? That's one of the major thing. You have to sieve it through, you have to take your time. And I think time is very important in terms of signing deals. So that's what I always tell the artists, like, this can either make or break you. So what do you want to do? So I try to, because I work for artists. You know what I mean? Artists don't work for me. So at the end of the day, I try to give the artists the opportunity to look at what they're doing
Yeah.
I know that, okay, this can either make or break you.
Yeah.
This is your business. I'm just representing you. I can give you the best advice, but at the end of the day, it's your decision to make. So I just always keep it like that, you know what I mean?
So you feel like the longevity is in the music itself, or is it about the artist being a brand and being able to do more things? So if you look at someone, for example, like Rihanna, yeah, she's come from being an amazing pop artist, you know, creating amazing music, and but she's now branched out, and we look at her as a fashion icon. Now she's, you know, she's got beauty, Fenty, she's got all these other things. So when I'm looking from just someone that enjoys music and enjoys artists and looks at them more as a brand, and not, you know, I can enjoy good quality music, don't get me wrong, but when I look at it and I think, is music, will music really sustain someone's lifestyle?
Good music.
Do you get what I'm saying? Man. You can make great timeless music and still make money off of it in 10, 20 years time. I'm not disputing that. Yes. But what I'm saying is sometimes artists miss the little spot where it's like your niche can be your brand, because it takes you further than just the music.
Yes.
Do you understand? I'm not trying to downplay music. I'm just saying it can be the stepping stone. And then if you build the brand up enough, you can go into different avenues with it.
Yeah,
most definitely.
You're right. You're right. It's all about branding. Sometimes it's not more so of the music itself, but how you market yourself. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I really love to see now with where dancehall is now. Every artist is now making that effort to be more marketable than before. You know what I mean? So you find out that this generation of artists is thinking about the music business.
You can see me twitching, innit?
You know what I mean?
Don't get Coco started.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that used to be lacking, and that's the reason why you see Sean Paul, for example, can be sold out stadiums. Shaggy can be sold out stadiums. You know what I mean? I know you see Vybz Kartel is sold out stadium. So it's just how you make yourself marketable. Sometimes it's not more about it, but look on Sean Paul. He doesn't have a hit song in Jamaica right now, but put him anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? He sold out stadiums. He toured right throughout the world. Why? It's not just, he makes sustainable music, one, but it also makes his brand marketable. And it doesn't make himself too accessible also. You know what I mean? Because when you're too accessible, it takes away your demand. You know what I mean? So you're not going to see Sean Paul at a regular event anywhere.
Yes,
it's just
we had
rare.
this conversation every day, didn't we, Marissa?
I just want to make it.
Say that to each other all the time.
I know, like, because I'm all about just empowering people.
Yes.
And one of the things I want to say to, for example, UK artists, because I love the UK. And sometimes people wonder, I don't want to divert too much, but sometimes people wonder why we don't have much talent from the UK bursting out.
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell you why, the honest truth, why. I'm going to get the exclusive, right?
Yeah, man, I listen.
We've spoken
I hope the people, I hope the artists them listen to what I say, because I love you. Like, it's nothing, bad. I just give nothing. You see me? You cannot be an artist and two all over the place. You know what I mean? You're everywhere. You're this, you're two, enough up, you're rare and tear. You have to protect your brand. You know what I mean? Every party keep on the day. Only expect a promoter go book you. You know what I mean? I'm very observant. So I see a talent and they mean at the party, they might walk around the entire party. No, you have to have that star composure. You know what I mean? You have to maintain that star composure. Yes. You get me? I say, and that
every round
you can't be everywhere, every pan knock. You see every artist, everywhere, and you have to control and know how to be still. And I think that's one of the things that UK talents and sometimes some of the other talents in the different diaspora, like the Toronto, the New York. You know what I mean? So you find out those three diaspora huge in dancehall. Artists come there every month. Artists come there every week. Why are the talents there not breaking out like how they are to? It's just because of how they brand themselves and how they approach the music. It's not about talent.
But then, and I hear that. But then also there's this thing about London being bad vibes. But I feel like we're only bad vibes to eat one another, not the outsiders. People can come from Toronto, they can come from America, they can come from Jamaica, wherever. They get bare love. Yeah, true. Come say you're a UK artist now, right? And you're trying to bust through. You're going to bust outside of London before people in London start showing the respect that, and this is just through speaking to so many artists.
I think that is, though, as an artist, I feel like as an artist who lives in London, born and bred, I would say that a lot of artists or a lot of my peers, they don't build community, you know? Like, they're just all about the look, the likes, you know? I feel like building community, a real strong community, and your community can actually see your brand, what you stand for, you know, I think that definitely helps in that process. Whereas a lot of the time it's a bare showy, like you were saying, everywhere. You want to walk around everywhere because you want everyone to see you. But that ain't paying your bills. Do you know what I mean? Like, put that energy into marketing yourself and pushing yourself beyond the barriers. And also about, you know, commercializing, because I feel like a lot of the time these artists are not trying to step out of the comfort zone.
They're still making their music for their hood, for their people, for their street,
making music for their literal,
which
their
is fine.
circle.
But if you're trying to be global,
like
you got to think, okay, how do I now make music that can go on radio, that can get played, on a film and be a soundtrack?
No,
like,
they just want to be played in the dance. That's the problem.
Sometimes it's just the mindset, as I said, and how we're cultured. They get me? Because as I said to you, if you go to Shocking Vibes studio right now in Jamaica, you see a lot of artists out there. You know what I mean? If you go to any studio in Jamaica right now, for example, you see a lot of artists, young artists who are determined, waiting for a studio time to get in. So it's that urge and that hunger, as I said to you, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to drop the pride. You know, oh, you think I derived to here? You know, when I left and went to Canada, I had nothing. I just decided that, okay, the journey continues. I start my business with $40 Canadian.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was just the vision. You know what I'm saying? It's just the vision and just the hunger, knowing that, I have to do this. I have to do this. So I don't believe in it's impossible and the way and tay. No, get up and get it. You know what I mean? Go for it. Left the UK, book a ticket, go Jamaica, go somewhere, go work, go put in the work. You know, nobody now come and success give you. So that's the thing about it. And as I tell you about Massacre, him hunger, him get up, him build him studio, him yard, him get up and him work, him walk up the step them in a big mansion, and him got his studio, him work every single day, every single day, and he's a millionaire. Him get up every single day and work. So what excuse a young artist have who don't have the exposure? Get up, go out there, network, put yourself in environment that is conducive to develop your talent
for yourself.
You know what I mean? There's no excuse. I don't believe in excuse.
Yeah. I mean, in this day and age where we do have social media, I think this is where artists or creatives can become complacent in feeling like, because they might get X amount of people coming in on a live, or they might, tune into them, or they might get all the likes and the comments and all of that. Does that really, now they have to realize, does that translate into real ticket sales? Because I feel like the reality, the superficial reality of social media gets to people's heads where they think
that's their measurement of success.
Yeah, they think, I've got like 10k views, I've gone viral. But okay, Tuesday now a promoter wants to come to you and say, okay, let's do an event, rare. Are you selling 50, 100? Are you even selling 100 tickets? Do you understand? It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't equate to one another.
Well, you're eating some topic that, you know what I mean, it's kind of really rare. But you see, and the next thing is that's the reason why artists need to be realistic with themselves. Managers need to be realistic with their team, and don't force situations, you know what I mean? Before you go into a market, do extensive research. Not because a promoter hit you up and say, okay, I have $50,000 for a show in London means that I'm going to take it. I need to know who's the promoter. I need to know how well my artist is doing. I need to know the songs that are doing well. You know what I mean? So there's several things that put in place in taking the bookings, you know what I mean? So I don't just look at the money aspect of it, and I don't try to force write the artist. If you're not ready, you're just not ready. You know what I mean? And I just think that we're not being real enough in the industry, and sometimes you be real and people hate you and I get it. You know what I mean? But you still have to be your true self and tell the artist the truth. You're not ready for this market. You know what I mean? Yes, we're getting called. You need to put in more work. I think you're getting complacent. These are things you need to tell artists. It's just the reality about it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I think this is again why they would say UK is bad vibes, because I'm a realist. If I don't like it, I don't like it, and I'm gonna tell you straight. I don't like it, and this is the reason why. I feel like you can improve here, and you know, go and do a bit of this or that. A lot of the time people don't want to hear it, and they're so used to obviously the social media, all the yes men in the comments, like your fake fans that are not actually buying your music. They're just there to make you look good on socials. Do you know what I mean? People don't like the truth in the UK, and you're right. Me, I go book my ticket.
As you talk about tickets, one of the reasons why you are here is because, well, not because. One of the reasons why you're here is to promote, obviously, the biggest event of the year, Sandz.
Yes.
So let's talk about it. How did you get involved with all of that, and how did the collaboration come along?
Again, it's just because of teamwork. The promoters know my business associates in Jamaica. Big up to Rena's Entertainment in agency.
Big up.
And it came about where they hit them up. They have the contract, you know what I mean? And we collaborated, we work together. Is my business partners, you know what I mean? Big up Everyday, big up Tamika. And so the promoters connect. You know, the formation of the event came about. They wanted to do something for the community. You know what I mean? They want to do something special for London, you know, and they sat down, they put hours, days, you know what I mean, months of proper planning in place for a proper lineup. They wanted to do something out of the box. They didn't want to bring talents who have been here all the time. You know what I mean? So they went in extensively into doing that to see how can we bring a true environment, a safe environment, of a safe environment, of an event that can produce proper music, you know what I mean, to the fans of the UK. So this event is thoroughly thought about, you know what I mean. So you have a lineup like I Don't Know. I've been here over 15 years, you know what I mean, performing on the Sunday. You have Vanessa Bling, who the fans in UK love.
That DJ
AG's thing. We were just there. She pulled up.
You know what I mean? You have an Elephant Man who hasn't been here in like 20 years.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? And you have a Jada Kingdom that hasn't been here since 2022.
Fire lineup.
So and then ever so. They didn't just look on the international artists, they also say, how can we integrate the local talents into it? Because the promoters believe in the local talents. And then you have Stylogy, you know what I mean? Who is international, don't, you know what I mean? It's just something like that. I just want to make that absolutely clear. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you have several, I think you have Lady Leisure from Birmingham on the show, and several local talents that would be several local DJ,
several I see
on there.
Yeah, several local DJ and several local other talents that will be introduced as opening act for the event. So I mean, it's that type of event that they believe in community building.
I love that cross-border collaboration. I think we need more of that.
Makes sense.
You know,
man.
Each one teach one.
Yeah, man.
I love
definitely.
that.
Yeah, man. So it's a 2-day event, Saturday, August the 16th and 17th, Sunday, and people them can just grab them ticket and forward out for a nice, safe event. You know what I mean? Proper food, proper energy, and we just celebrate a wonderful what you call it? Carnival, pre-dawn, or
pre-carnival
type of vibe. You know what I mean?
Where was it they can get their tickets via? Is it from? Is it website? Is it the Sandz website?
Skiddle. Skiddle.
Okay.
I know you have Skiddle. I know you have Eventbrite too.
Yeah.
And you can just check our thing global social media pages, and you get further instruction. You know what I mean?
Because they've done Movado last year, right? The same promoters.
Yeah. They did Malidan and Byron this year too.
Okay. Yes.
It was a sold out event at the Mayfair. Yeah. Yeah.
That's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear it, because, you know, we need more influences like yourself. Have you ever thought of like getting into, you know, teaching or workshops for artists or anyone in their music industry?
I mean, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. For me, I don't intend to keep the knowledge, and we're still learning. First and foremost, we're still learning.
As you grow, you'll know.
You know what I mean? Big up my
That
teacher
part.
every day. So we're still learning, but at the same time, we don't intend to keep the knowledge by us for ourselves. So we always impart the knowledge onto the younger ones.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's the intention, to get into the schools, to empower the youngsters and tell them that your crime and violence don't pay, but they're brighter side to life. You know what I mean? So all the delinquent students in high school is my vision, to kind of get into the school and show them,
Reshape
you know
the
what I mean?
mind.
Yeah,
I love
you know what I
that.
mean? And reshape the mind and tell them that
Absolutely.
there's a brighter side to life. You know what I mean? So yes, a lot of things in store, man. The foundation coming soon.
I love
You know what I
that.
mean? So I can, whatever I achieve, I can give back to the people. I give back every day.
Yeah.
So it's just a part of me, you know what I mean? So a lot of things coming, man. A lot of things coming.
I love
That's
that. Well,
what's
cheers
up.
to
Keep
that.
doing it. Yes, I know. Chin
cheers to
chin.
that, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I love
cheers-
that. I
yeah,
love
cheers
that.
to
So before we get into the rest, because we've got some other events and stuff that we're going to promote also for the show. But before we get into that, I just wanted to ask, pick your brain. Do you feel like the concept of gatekeeping is something that you've had to tackle when it comes to uplifting and bringing your artists out there onto bigger platforms? I mean, this might be taking you quite far back, but
I don't believe in gatekeeping. The music is too big for gatekeeping. You know what I mean? I don't believe in gatekeeping. I believe in working hard. I believe in staying consistent, and I believe in staying focused. You know what I mean? And once you do that, no matter what and no matter who is at the gate has to be open. You know what I mean? That's the concept. I don't think like the average people and talk about gatekeeping or get up and work hard.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Nobody can shut out hard work. None. You know what I mean? Don't tell me that you work hard and go to university and get a doctorate. You know what I mean? You tell me that the government can shut you out from going to the hospital to work. You're qualified. So you work hard, the opportunity will come. The thing about it is that people work hard for a period of time and feel like, oh my God, nah, work. You cannot stop. You have to keep going, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? So some most of the time we give up on ourselves and think that people are shut way out. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in a gatekeeping. I believe in getting up and work hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get up, work hard, and it
go
will
around
come.
the corner, man. Go around
Yeah,
the
man.
gate, jump in.
Yeah, little bit
Yeah.
believe in
And
that
if
gatekeeping, man.
one door closes, another
And
one
one
opens.
open.
You have to
Exactly,
be
yeah.
optimistic. And I
So-
think that's what makes, and I always say, like with whichever career path you're on, it's not necessarily about the destination. Sometimes it's just about the journey.
Yeah.
And that's what really builds character, builds
Yeah.
strength. It actually
Yes.
gives you a
Yes.
story, like, you know, so that one day when you do look at your youngers and you do look at the next generation, you can say, you know what, this is where I started from, but I had so many hurdles and things I had to overcome. But that makes
It's
that
more
makes it-
relatable, you know. Like sometimes people just like to show the glisten, the glam, the
Yeah.
silver
Yeah.
and gold, and it doesn't
is
make
it.
any
We
sense.
don't believe in
It's
that
to show
gatekeeping,
the
man.
journey.
The journey, the hard
journey-
work,
the journey,
blood,
I
sweat,
just
and
told
tears.
you. I just told you. Left police work, went to Canada. You know what I mean? Was illegal in Canada.
With $40, you know,
Immigration was running me down at one point in time.
Damn,
You know what I mean? So I didn't have it easy. Big up to the persons who involved in getting me straight. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
Big
man.
up them.
Big
Yeah,
up to Kimberly,
definitely.
Pottinger at all time anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to show you that we had it rough too. But we never allowed that to get us down. So people just see the glory now and see the thing. No, we had a rough time. You know what I mean? But we don't sit down and look for sympathy.
Yeah.
We use our rough time to motivate us and mold us for the future. So we work hard. You know what I mean? That's why we don't get complacent, and that's why we respect people. That's why we always stay humble in success. You know what I mean? We don't feel like we're better than nobody at any given time because we know where we're coming from. You know what I mean? So these are the things that I want to implore the youths that, listen, man, don't stop the violence. Stay focused. Associate yourself with positive people that can empower you and that can help you each day. You know what I mean? If you're having a problem, speak up. I know mental health is real. I know a lot of people is going through it. You know what I mean? And I understand. I do understand, but at the same time, sometimes we cannot feel too sorry for ourselves. We have to pick up the pieces and go. Everybody have problem. Even man, we are millionaire have problem. So who is me and you? You know what I mean? So you get up every day and you work. Think about a plan. Try to be creative. You know what I mean? And think about a plan. And at the same time, God will help you too.
Because naturally, like, life is filled with ups and downs. That's just how it goes, right? But it is how you overcome them. It is about, okay, like, being a problem solver, because problems will always come about every day. That's just having a human existence. There is problems. But it's like, okay, like, if you can solve a problem, boom, then you can really look at what's the next step. Then there's the light at the end of the tunnel. But, you know, I mean, there's just some, and I think that's what separates the weak from the strong. I don't think everybody's built to be an artist or to be a creative or to be a presenter or to be a podcaster or whatever. Not everyone's built for that. Everyone has their lanes, right? You know, but, you know, with that being said, we will transition. I've got a couple shout outs to do with, we've got amazing people doing great things in our communities. Bricks and Soup Kitchen being one of them. And they're currently doing their children's back to school fundraising drive. So I want to let people know out there, guys, Bricks and Soup Kitchen, you can go there any day, I think Monday to Friday. Okay. Business
usually
hours.
Located in the Domino's Club, Cold Harbour Lane.
Yes, Cold Harbour Lane, yes.
In Brixton.
Thank you,
my
Mammy.
hometown.
That part. Yes, guys. You can find them, but obviously you can get their details on social media. They do have other locations. But if you do have anything that you can contribute to the fundraising, whether that's, you know, shoes, shirts, jumpers, you know, accessories,
pencil cases, anything the children can benefit from going back to school, we will be much grateful for it.
Really, really, seriously, guys. So so head down there and do that, guys, and support your communities. It's important, like we said, about the next generation and young people. We have to show them that we care, and you know, organizations like Bricks and Soup Kitchen do exactly that. We also have Fam Jam's back to school run as well.
How was that, by the way? How was Fam Jam?
The
adult one. Yeah. How was it?
Good, you know. It was good.
Honey.
We had a time scale.
A time
Tuck
was
up a wine up, little piece, because I had a babysitter.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
But so big up. Yes, big them up. So they're having theirs on the 31st of August from 12 midday to 4:30
And this
PM.
is a children's party, guys. So come down with your kids. And the way that it's set up, they've got
they'll be
entertainment
safe,
for the children, so the adults can enjoy but the children are being looked after. It's brilliant.
Love that. And that's down at the Pop Brixton.
My hometown, once again, big up Brixton.
Locals. Brixton do a lot for their community. You know, they really do. You know, big up everybody. So that, you know, brings us on to City Splash, and they are doing their
Carnival.
event, the Carnival, the pre-Carnival warm-up party, guys, okay, which is taking place on Friday the 22nd of August, 11 p.m. till 6 a.m. And of course, you can head over to City Splash to purchase your tickets. And man.
So I want to go.
No, I'm not saying I ain't even going to be here for Carnival weekend.
I was talking about
going away.
Over to Mammy with the Carnival and
everything. Festive, you know?
I want to get real festive. I ain't going to be here, but it's all right.
But how do you contribute to the back to school fundraiser?
Well, literally they have a few locations, but you know we can
contact
Solomon
Solomon Smith.
We have
we're really good friends. I grew up with him.
We've got their
he's
details.
Easily accessible as well. But after the show, we can definitely give you some details.
Yeah,
that would be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be dope. I know they would love that. They'd appreciate that.
Sure.
But
I want to big up another event. Well, it's not an event. It's a theatre show. It's a play called Black Power Desk, written by Uriel Klein Mekongo. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But this play is in Brixton House. Big up Brixton once again.
Yeah. We sound a bit biased now, aren't we? We sound a little bit biased.
Well, you got the Brixton's finest in the building.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I just want to big up Black Power Desk play. This play will be on at Brixton House Theatre from the 1st of September to the 28th of September. And this play is based upon like the 1970s in London, where there was a lot of resistance and, you know, racially fueled you know,
there's
events.
a lot of things going on.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's about the Mangrove 9, who 9 black activists who included Darcus Howe, who protested against racial injustices towards the Mangrove restaurant that was in Notting Hill.
Okay.
So it's a lot. I think that will be really good for everyone to go and see, especially after the events of Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival.
Wait, before we talk about Carnival, I need to talk about your new song, your latest song, Big Issue.
Yeah, Big Issue's dope in it. It's dope.
Love,
yeah, look at, because Marissa done a tour with the
Brixton Chamber Orchestra.
Yeah.
So I just done a 2-week tour with an orchestra, 31-piece orchestra. It was amazing. We went into 11 different estates in Lambeth, and we just wanted to give the community a different, you know, lease of life and get them to see something different. They've never seen an orchestra, especially me rapping with an orchestra, you know?
It was beautiful.
So that was amazing, guys. You can just check it out on my page and stuff, you know.
No, that was dope. Yeah, but dope. Yeah, because obviously I went to, I think it was the last show, wasn't it, that you guys had the last performance.
Stockwell.
Yeah, in Stockwell. And so that, you know, was really beautiful because it was like just enjoying that different elements of classical music
different
entwined
ambience,
with the urban and just like it was just such a nice blend. But then it also, it's like for those that don't have the opportunity to go to go and see an orchestra or go and see an opera or be inspired by different types of art, like just to have it come into the community, I thought was just so powerful. It really was. So I actually did document some of it, and it will be out on my YouTube channel, so you guys can check it out there as well.
Pin the YouTube, please.
Her full performance, Glam Nads TV, guys.
We even had the rest of them doing the open mic with the orchestra. It was wicked.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. It was
man, it was
dope.
That was dope. But that, moving that on, but stream like and all of that. All right, but moving on from Black Power Desk, guys, we got to talk about Notting Hill Carnival, which is next weekend. Would you be here for Carnival?
Do you know? Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah, man, I used to live in St. Kitts.
Yes, but your Carnival outside of London is way
Notting
different.
Hill Carnival?
No, I've never been to Notting Hill Carnival, and I have to go back. I have to go back to work.
Yeah,
continue working. I have to continue work, so I have to travel next week, next week.
Yeah,
to get
naturally.
Yeah,
but I've always wanted to experience. I mean, nothing off, you know, not knocking Notting Hill and all of that. Yeah, but I've always wanted to experience Carnival in another country. I want to experience it in the Caribbean. Like, you know, when you see it online, when you see the way that the other countries that just really embrace it. There's so much more freedom with it. Where I feel like with ours, before Marissa gets into the ins and outs of it all, I feel like ours is so like, there's just borders. There's like, we're so restricted with what we can and can't do. You know, a lot of things have aspired leading up to that. But, you know, I don't know, man. For the people, I guess.
Like, with Carnival in itself, that's what I wanted to get into today as well, actually, because as you said, we are quite restricted here in London doing Notting Hill Carnival. And I feel like, again, it's because people are so far removed from the culture. You know, they're not understanding what Carnival really is and why it even exists. Do you understand? So just like the play Black Power Desk, Carnival here in Notting Hill was derived from, you know, racial injustices as well. And it was a time for, you know, this lovely lady from Trinidad, she just decided, you know what, let's do a little gathering with everybody, the whole community coming together to show that we can exist with one another and beat racism. And that was the main reason that Notting Hill Carnival in London started, obviously after, you know, some terrible deaths. But as well as that, in other countries, like I'm half Jamaican, half Grenadian, and in Grenada, Carnival
turn up.
Yeah, it's not based around
that.
that.
There, you have jab.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like where those countries and how theirs came up and their carnival came up, that was for the love of the art, the culture, the music, the vibes, the food.
It was resistance.
Everything.
It was resistance.
Yeah, but I feel like
form of
ours
freedom.
is so, it's like, if we keep making racism the focal point of why we do certain things, are we not missing the joy and the fun from it? Like, I don't know.
That is a topic. That is a point. But I feel like when people actually understand, you know, the fact that, you know, our people, our ancestors, they were all, you know, just using these celebrations as a form of resistance, as a form to celebrate and feel free. And it's an expression of freedom. Now, people take that freedom for granted. Do you understand? And that's why they can't even enjoy it properly. Do you understand? So I feel like I just want to big up my heritage, big up Juve, big up Jab Jab. And a lot of people look at Jab Jab and I don't know if you've seen like footage of, you know, like Grenadian Carnival.
I saw it
you know,
on Housewives.
the Pierre top ourselves with the black oil or the black paint, and they have these mad things hanging from their mouth, and like people are like, it's crazy. But do you know what? When you know the actual reasons and
they
where
wear
it
like
came
these
from,
horns,
the
like
tradition and stuff. Yeah.
So
mask with the
basically, in
horns on it.
slavery,
Yeah.
they used to like look at us as black people as
devils
monsters
or
and
something like that.
devils,
Yeah.
and that was a chance for us to, you know, turn around and say, "You want devil? Me, I gotta give you a devil."
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
It looks mad. I ain't gonna lie. I saw it on the first time I saw it was actually I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's
they
where
went to
I saw it.
Grenada.
They went there, and I was like, "Nah, that looks mad." But then I think you messaged me the next day. I think the same day,
I was like, "We need
and
to
I was
go
like,
Grenada,
"I just
girl."
watched that. We need to go." Yeah, man. I would slap some oil on whatever the hell they put in slapping that black shit. Why not? You know, why not?
No, but yes, I think definitely, guys, just remember, Carnival is not only just, you know, going at a damn fool.
Yeah.
There is actual, you know, meaning behind it. And that brings me on to Notting Hill Carnival's new Respect campaign. I don't know if you know, they've just started this new initiative called the Respect campaign. Okay. And they say,
So what's that about?
so it's a pledge.
Break it down.
Yeah, it's a pledge for Carnival, right? So if you're gonna go Carnival, the R is to remember the roots. Yeah.
Okay.
E is to embrace everyone.
Okay.
S is to safeguard the streets, so look after the neighborhood.
It's important.
Yeah.
P to protect the pulse. I believe that's like the energy of the reason why we're here.
We need more energy.
E is the environment matters, so clean up after your damn self. Yeah. C, care for each other.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And T, treasure the tradition. Again, a lot of
Remind us
people
what that
do not
stands for.
know the tradition of Carnival, how to even do it properly. Juve, you wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and you party all the way till what o'clock. Yeah,
That means there's no way they're drinking
Juve
from...
is
There's
in the
no
morning.
way, yeah, from early. So there's no way. They know how to really like take their time with the alcohol, because the way we tell these young London youths, start from 4 a.m. They're done out by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, mate. You're done. Because you've been on that rave from morning.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say about
crazy.
Ray as well, because
Take it
Carnival in
easy.
itself, I like the way that they bring a lot of, you know, brands in
Yes.
from the culture.
I'll give them that, yeah.
But
for sure.
one thing, I'm sorry, I just got to say it. Give up the Ray and nephew now, man.
Oh,
No, I'm just going to say it.
not Ray and his nephew, honey.
People do not know how to behave on the Ray and nephew. Yeah?
Yeah.
Done it. If you can't angle it, take
Leave
it
it
out.
alone.
Leave it alone,
Right.
yeah? And big up Ray and nephew, 200 years of Ray and nephew as well. Yeah?
Okay.
But me not drink that. I don't.
I think I've built my tolerance for Ray. The older I get, the more I can handle it. If you'd have asked, okay, the 18-year-old me, if I could handle Ray, no, because
I
I'm
can't handle
done.
it no
I'm
more.
done. Two shots, I'm done.
I think it's because I'm getting older.
You can pace yourself. You pace yourself in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but Carnival, guys,
Yeah,
Sunday the
for that.
24th of
Enjoy.
August
And the 20.
Monday the 25th.
Yes,
See you
enjoy
there.
it for me, guys.
All
Enjoy
right.
it
Coming
for
on
me.
Monday.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, I do have one last question for Protocol.
Yes.
Protocol, what is next on the map for you? Any more shows in the UK?
Yeah, we have shows before the end of the year.
Amazing.
Next
Anything we can
time you see me,
share?
we're gonna be in the,
Yeah. Are we
next
got
time-
any spoiler alerts?
next time you see me, we're gonna be in the stadium.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Stadium.
I love
stadium.
that.
Is that what we're getting?
I
Is that
love
what we're
that.
getting?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love the
yeah.
stadium.
We're getting.
Might
before-
be the O2 then.
Yeah, before the year end.
Well, don't forget you need to book Mammy Marissa.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm in, man.
Yeah.
Big book
Yeah,
cost.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
content, babe. We're finna
Okay.
chop it up.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
finna chop
Yeah,
it
man,
up.
definitely. But we have tour. When I leave here, we have a big show in Canada, 27th of September. We have Idona, you have Massacre, you have Skillibeng, you have Mayan,
Right.
you have Stark Ashley, you have Malidan. We have Bahamas coming up, we have Grenada, we have St. Vincent. You know what I mean? This year, end of the year, we have Europe. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work coming up. You know, the One Side album, Massacre album coming up soon. So look out for that. That's exclusive. That's going to
Can you
shake
give
the
us an
entire
even more
place.
exclusive and tell us when it drops?
Nah,
Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. But
Yes.
the album is ready. Yeah, man. So just stay tuned to Massacre Social and everything. You know what I mean? So that's going to shake the entire place. I can tell you that. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
But a lot of work, and as I said before, consistency. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In whatever we do. So once again, it was a pleasure. You know what I mean? UK, big up every UK people. You know what I mean? We love UK. And big up everybody overseas, worldwide. You know what I mean? It's just love out of many podcasts.
Yes,
Just one out of many. You know what I mean? Big up everybody. You know what I mean?
Amazing
DJ
host
Styler is not here.
Yeah, Styler couldn't be here
Yeah,
today.
but he will be here next time for the
big
next
up Styler.
episode. Yeah.
He's
Big
always
up
out
Styler.
Yeah.
doing what he does
You
best,
literally
making
missed
things
him
happen.
By this much where we were back in Jamaica.
He's
so.
gone back to Jamaica, right?
Yeah. They won-
Yeah.
It was at some festival, reggae some
Yeah.
festival.
Yes,
we
he
had some
was,
festival,
yeah.
you know, the whole thing. But yeah, man. But big up everybody. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Oh, I love that. Could you finish it off on a piece of advice you'd give to an up and coming artist,
Good question.
please?
As I said throughout my entire interview, you just have to know, is this what I really want?
Okay.
You know, when you ask yourself that, then everything just come right after. It means that you just have to work for it. You know what I mean? So you just get up, work every single day towards building yourself, getting better each day, you know what I mean? Creating opportunity, put the pride aside, put the ego aside, take advice, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm not doing well now, I don't like this song, fix it. You know what I mean? Don't just get upset because people telling you the truth. Work, network, go into different environment and build yourself. And I think it will work. You know what I mean? It's just consistency with hard work, you know what I mean? And so once you do that, the opportunity will eventually comes. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So big up every young artist in the UK. Protocol really support and love and respect you all, and I just wish you guys all the best. You know what I mean? Just continue to work hard, and it's just love. You know what I mean?
I love that. So if someone wanted to get you to be their management, how would they get your
What's your
attention?
contact?
I mean, and is it just music artists that you manage as well? Or
No.
will you eventually open out?
No, we manage any talent. Any talent. Any talent. That's any talent. And if if I'm too busy, I'll just give you proper advice. If I'm too busy, I'll tell you, listen, I'm just too busy right now. But this is what I can do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not about just money, but if I can help, people reach out to me every day.
Okay.
If I can help, I'll just always help. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, Protocol Boss on every social. And yeah, man, link up. If I can give advice, I will always give advice. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But it's not just
you're a real one,
He's a real one. This is a real king. Hey guys,
your energy is so dope.
take a
really
piece out of his book.
It's really relaxed, very mellow. Do you know what I mean? Very chilled.
Very positive energy.
I
And I
like
love that,
it.
man. And do you know what? I just want to say, may the Most High continue to bless you in abundance. Because you see me, I only rock with people with energy like yourself. And today I feel
authentic.
honored to have this conversation with you, because you are doing amazing things, not only for yourself and your community, but for the wider people as well, by giving advice on this platform. We don't know who it's going to reach, do you know, but you're going to make a difference in someone else's life. And I really want to commend you for that.
People, don't forget to check out Sandz Protocol. Want to give us some last words on that information on that, please and thank you.
Yeah, Sandz, you know, you gotta come out early. We're expecting a both days to be very, very, very full. There's not much parking there. So Uber,
Public transport.
you
better.
know what I mean? Uber, taxi, a friend drop off, family drop off is the best option. There's not much parking there.
Private jet
Parking
too.
is private jet or whatever you want to. But I mean, it's going to be excited. It's going to be very full. So come out early. You know what I mean? It's going to be great food, great energy. You know what I mean? Positive energy only. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. It's a festive weekend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
I mean,
Big you up,
yeah,
big
man.
up
And
the
if the
artists,
protocol just come link up. You know what I mean? Big up all the artists. Them. Every artist is here except I don't know. He comes in tomorrow morning. So,
Okay. Safe
you know what I mean?
flight, King.
So every artist is here as promised. You know what I mean? So big up the promoter them. Big up the entire team. It's a lot of work, but you know we're doing it for the community. And yeah, man, I just want love
It's gonna be
here.
a very festive event.
But
Yes, man.
Coco, how you seeing us out, honey? What you saying, girl?
People, it has been a pleasure to host another episode of Out of Mini Podcast. Unfortunately, our host, DJ Style, is not here. He's away on business, but we send love and blessings and everything festive for DJ Stella. And hopefully he will be back for the next episode.
Yeah.
What do you say? You think so? Because with Stylist traveling and schedule, we know that this guy
he's
is
booked and busy, honey.
He's probably going to turn up with another talent from Jamaica.
Yeah, and that's what we love about him. He works so hard and his energy's so dope.
That's crazy. What DJ Style, big up yourself. People, thank you for watching another episode of the Out of Many podcast. I have been your girl, Coco Diva, the one and only. We have Glam Nights over there in the lovely pink with the twist and looking lovely. We have the lovely Mama Marissa in the white. One protocol boss in the building. I am your girl, Coco Diva, and we're out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, like, share, and sub. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Wow.